don't think it's that loud, dude. It's a little.
I think it's better than that.
What's going on, YouTube? Today are going to be installing an exhaust on the Raptor. Basically, it's like a surreal moment in my YouTube career. AWE is a company I've wanted to work with forever. Well before I even owned, or I guess not owned, but started my YouTube channel, I wanted to put an AWE exhaust on my Audi. They reached out to me like, hey, we have an exhaust, it'd be perfect for your Raptor. Would you like to throw it on there? I kind of fangirled for a second. Is that a term?
Yeah.
Is that sexist? I kind of freaked out a little bit, and then I remembered, dude knows this as well, the Raptor sounds like shit. So I told him like, hey, I don't really want to make it any louder. The V6 EcoBoost sounds terrible. They assured me their exhaust should fix that. That's it, let's lay it out. So there are 3 versions of this exhaust. This is the full exhaust, even though I'm missing the tips. They are back ordered, but whenever they come in, I'll have the, actually on this end, the end that goes out to the exhaust tips. But basically, all the way from the cat's back. What do they call that, Max? Cat back. There you go. Also in the box, included with every system, I believe, are the extensions. So if you had the single cab, what the hell is it called? If you have the 2-door version of the Raptor, you don't use these. If you have the 4-door, you use these. One system does both, that's kind of nice. And then they include a little QR code you can scan to get all the instructions. We're not gonna use those because we are
experts.
Yes.
How long does it say this should take to install?
I don't know, but I think the video I watched online said an hour.
Joe said an hour. It is 6:53. We'll check back in when it's done.
So this is what the Raptor sounds like completely stock. Kind of, in my opinion, a mix between a Toyota Prius and a vacuum cleaner. If the two had sex, you would get the Ford EcoBoost V6. Not my favorite exhaust. Not good. Definitely not good. Let's fix it. I don't even know why I'm on this side. I didn't go to that side. This is why I need a lift. Any of you guys want to donate me a lift? That'd be sick. I don't know how much you guys can see under here, but the version of the exhaust that I got from AWE starts right here. All right, we got to take off that clamp. There's another one, I believe, right here somewhere. I can't see it. And then these two, I really don't have any room under here for the camera. These two, and then I believe there's 2 at the back, and there's a hanger somewhere in here. Right here, we'll be taking these out. And then the entire system should drop out. We can move it out and then start putting the other one in piece by piece. I'm gonna get this one out because this is not the point of the video, is uninstalling the old exhaust. We're gonna be installing the new exhaust, so yeah.
1 hour later.
It's going? Did you finish too?
That's what she said.
New exhaust, old exhaust. You can see how much lighter and less restricted the AWE exhaust is in comparison to the original exhaust. Dude, what do you think about the new exhaust? Do you think the people want to hear straight piped EcoBoost V6?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you the sound of what it's gonna sound like. Blah, 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 blah.
Basically, the exhaust right now will be dumping right behind the cat, so right about here. Public service announcement. If you are a 17 or 18-year-old kid that has this motor in your Mustang and you straight pipe it and you blow by me on the freeway thinking you're cool, you're all right, we're gonna press on with the install. Basically, first things first, that's not right.
That's accurate.
I don't know if AWE is gonna be like, hey,
that'd be a problem.
That Max Tuning guy used our exhaust as his wiener.
Moments later.
Dude, we need to film like a Blair Witch Project style thing.
You down?
Yeah.
How's it going, Joe?
It's going.
Yeah?
It's going. We're currently, what, like hour and a half, 2 hours into this?
This is like the first actual this is the first time I've ever seen you like turn a wrench.
Yeah? I'm getting there, dude. This is gonna be a new thing on my channel.
It's kind of weird. We can't just buy a whole new car.
My new car.
Current time 11:01. We started at
1 hour, right, dude?
6:45.
Did we really? Good.
3, 2, 1. Ignite.
Quite a bit deeper.
That's pretty deep.
It's hard for me to like show you guys what this sounds like because no matter what I do, the mic on that camera can't really show you guys what this sounds like.
It sounds a lot different.
No, I mean, night and day.
Yeah.
I don't hear any exhaust leaks. I think we did good.
Yeah.
I don't hear any little...
Rev it up, dude!
After 4 hours installing this thing, only because we didn't have a lift, it shouldn't take you 4 hours. What does it sound like? It's definitely louder, and honestly, quite a bit better in my opinion. Like, it's not, when we straight piped it, I got really worried that like that's what I was gonna hear because this exhaust doesn't look like there's much to it. It looks like it's just tubing. And in the past, I had a GTR that was a twin turbo V6, and I put a password JDM exhaust on it, which was, it looks similar, where it's basically just tubing all the way out. And it made it sound so much more obnoxious. It didn't make it sound any better. It took this shitty exhaust note and just made it louder, and I couldn't stand it. And that's what I got really concerned this was gonna do. I drove it home about 15 miles last night, no drone, which is beautiful. So this exhaust is not valved. I can't like flip a switch like I did in my GT3 to make it quiet or loud. This thing's always at a constant tone, but somehow or another AWE managed to make it decently loud and aggressive, like first, second, third, fourth gear. But as soon as you get up to cruising speed, in between like 1 to 3,000 RPM, it's basically the same as stock, which I really appreciate because I don't have the option to shut this thing up. It is quite a bit deeper. You can actually hear the turbos a decent amount more. And it does make this thing a lot more fun to drive. My girlfriend asked me last night, why would you put an exhaust on a truck? Like, I understand with a sports car, but why do people want to put exhaust on truck? And yes, there is a small, probably a big part of it, that is kids that think if my truck is louder than the guys next to me, my dick must be bigger. People look at me, look how loud my car is, and I can't stand that shit. But the Raptor is what I would call a performance truck. When it comes to trucks, it is probably one of the most high performance trucks you can buy, aside from like an SRT 10 Ram or something like that. But for what it's meant to do, I think it should have an exhaust note to match. When you're at 5,000 RPM off-road, in my head, I'm thinking a dirt bike. I'm thinking like a loud exhaust note. And it's part of the driving experience. There's a reason that Lamborghinis are so damn loud. It's not because they have to be. Lamborghini actually does a lot of artificial stuff to the exhaust to make it as loud as possible. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, this would not have been my first mod if AWE hadn't reached out to me. But I'm actually glad they did now that I've been driving it around. It does sound a lot better. So can you make a V6 twin turbo EcoBoost not sound like shit? Yes. Now, does it compare to a V8 from like my Gen 1 Raptor? Hell no. This is still nowhere near the exhaust you would think you'd hear out of an off-road truck. But it's completely different. It's not bad. It kind of catches you off guard a little bit. Like, you're not expecting this sound to come out of this truck. And I also have to say thank you to the guys over at AWE, because I didn't think it was possible to make this motor not sound like shit, and they somehow figured out how to do it. And I'm extremely excited to work with them going forward, especially on the GT3 RS. So if you guys are looking for an exhaust on your Raptor, or more so your sports car, I think the Raptor's the only truck AWE's ever like done anything to. They're not really a truck company. They did a phenomenal job on this exhaust, but in general, they work with high-end sports cars. So if you're looking for an exhaust or anything performance-based, first link in the description down below will take you to their website. Hit them up, tell them I sent you. I'm sure they'll take care of you. Now I have a little confession to make. I'm gonna, come on. So me and Max spent about 4 hours installing the exhaust yesterday. You can do it without a lift. I wouldn't advise it. At least get yourself some jack stands. You have about 3-4 inches of room between your body and the skid plates, and then most of the bolts are kind of hard to reach. I'm all scratched up and shit. It wasn't the most fun thing I've ever done, and while we were doing it, we just wanted to be done. I wanted to go home. I didn't think to check if the exhaust tips were aligned. My passenger side exhaust tip sticks out about 2 inches further than my driver's side exhaust tip, and it looks a little wonky when you sit here and actually stare at it for a second. So, I'm not getting back under the truck today. I'm sore, I'm scratched up, I'm done. But the truck is getting a new set of wheels installed on Wednesday, and I can't do that here in the house, so I'm taking it to a friend's shop. I'm gonna go film over there. He has a lift, an actual professional shop. So while it's on the lift getting its new wheels put on, I'm gonna fix the exhaust. All I gotta do is loosen a couple clamps and move it to where it's supposed to be. So that's gonna be the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Smash that subscribe button if you wanna follow along with the rest of the build. Thanks again to AWE, and I'll catch you guys in the, is that what I think it is? Hold up.